All right, guys, welcome to another week of the SOP. So what is the SOP for those of you that are attending for the first time? The SOP is a program that I wrote last year based around my military experience. Now, SOP stands for Standard Operating Procedure. It is basically building out the book, the platform, the instruction manual for your entire business, right? If I checked into a military base and I walked into an armory, I was in the armory, that's where I worked out of, right? And I walked into an armory and I walked into the small arms division, and there were the pistols and rifles and things of that nature. And I wanted to know how that particular room operates. I could grab an SOP from the wall and I could follow the SOP to the T. And as long as it was updated, clean, and ready to go, I could run operations inside that armory. Okay, that's what we're building now in this 13-week program. Now, does it get deeper than what we're providing every single week? 1,000,000%, which is why I said every single person that's in this right now will soon have access to an online platform where not only these sessions will be recorded, but there will be other sessions digging in deeper. You know, these are longer sessions of 45-minute sessions, give or take. And so we're going to dig in deeper on each one, providing workbooks, sheets, everything that you could ever imagine to help you have an SOP for your business. My question to everybody always is, do you want to do this forever? Right? Do you? I mean, look, some of you guys out there, you love real estate so much that you just want to do it forever till you're 112 and you just like, there's nothing else that matters to you. Some of us are looking for freedom. Right? Some of us got into this business because it is a way to make great money, okay? And it is a way to develop your freedom. No other freedom. There's nothing that beats the financial freedom of owning real estate and developing real estate, right? It's huge, guys. So by being able to provide you guys with a platform to be able to create the instruction manual, I'm also giving you the opportunity to be able to look at somebody in the future and say, John Doe, Jane Doe, team's yours now. Business is yours now. I'm giving you this booklet. This is how we run it. I'm going to train you for the next year. And then I'm going to take a step back and I'm going to pay you CEO salary so that you can run my business moving forward. That's the dream, folks. That's the dream. And I want to get each and every single one of you there, right? So you know how we start this, guys. I see some of you already writing it in there. It's a freedom day. Go ahead and write that in the chat. It is definitely a freedom day. I want you guys to feel that. I tell you, I say it every single morning, right? I get up in the morning, I put my feet on the ground, I stand up and I go, it's a freedom day. I do that. And then the second thing I do is I'm grateful for my home, my wife, my kids, and my family. Super grateful, right? Because those folks right there and my space is helping me get to that level of freedom that I'm looking for, that space. What is my freedom? Those of you that are tracking me, you already know. Financial freedom and a house on the beach in Puerto Rico, people, all right? That's where I'm headed. Everybody has different dreams. Some people want to be on a 150-acre farm, and that's where they want to retire, live, and die for the rest of their lives. Some people want to be on the beach. Some people want to be in the mountains. It doesn't matter. Your dream is your dream. Shit. Like I said earlier, some people just want to do this forever. And that's okay too, because some people feel like they're not gonna be able to stop working. I joke with my wife all the time. I say, I got 4 more years in me. 4 more years, I'm gonna retire, and all I'm gonna do is coach like this. That's it. That's it. And she goes, there's no way in the world that that's all you do. She knows me better, right? But I told her, at least I'll, it'll be different. I'll be having so much more fun, right? So a couple things I want to do is, we've talked about in the past, we talked about your why, we talked about things of that nature. I would like to see if I can get a few of you to volunteer, right? Volunteer instead of being voluntold, but volunteer to jump in. And I would like to know what you've accomplished so far with the trainings that we've done and how it's affected you and your business. Anybody want to jump in? Let me get at least 2 people. You got to unmute yourself though.
I can jump in, David. It's Roger.
Thanks, Roger.
So what it's doing is I expected to do something like this when I first started, but I never heard that much about it. I wanted a standard operating procedure. I wanted that to understand how to work my own business. So this is helping me understand what I need to do, how to do it, and what I need to do. The last thing here about the SWOT that we did makes you sit back and look inside to see where you really are weak or where you really are strong and things like that. So it's helping build the foundation for what we need.
Man, that's amazing. I appreciate that. All right. Anybody else want to jump in and talk about what it's done for them? I want to hear some cool stuff, some actionable stuff.
Hey, Kurz. Hello?
Yep, I hear you.
Hey, David. So this I'm really interested in because of our new office opening up. Really, really looking forward to getting this all done up and on paper so that we could start from point A to point Z with minor hiccups.
Awesome.
So
And that's
really,
the
really
thing, isn't
important.
it? Like, you know, you're going to have hiccups, but if you could minimize those hiccups, how amazing would that be, right? That's the win right there. I'm so looking forward to seeing you on Saturday. By the way, congratulations on your office.
Thank you.
And I'll see you there at the grand opening. My flight's early, so I'll be there.
Yay.
All right, guys. So let's go ahead and jump into this. So today, what we're going to do is we're going to focus on, there we go. We're going to focus on your vision and mission, right? Now, everything we've done to this point has really been foundational work. Everything that we've done, it's been your why. It's been your SWOT analysis. It's been your avatar. It's been you, and then exert it out. What are we telling the community about ourselves, right? Because again, from day one, I've said this in just about every single session. If you don't take care of you and you don't build you, then you can't help everybody else. It's impossible. You cannot be a disaster and be a foundation for other people. You have to be a foundation for yourself. You have to build your foundation, and then you could build whatever you want on that foundation, from a house to a skyscraper. It doesn't matter what your business is going. If you take that analogy, a house is a small running team that does X amount of business, and a building could be a huge, enormous organization that just does thousands and thousands of transactions. If you have the right foundation, no matter what, you could build it up, right? So this will be honestly pretty much the last week that we focus on foundational work, right? And so that's why the vision and mission is so important, because when you talk about a vision and mission, you're talking about what you see, what you're doing, and also more importantly, what you're doing for other people and how it affects them, right? How you are affecting your community. What are you doing for the world, right? And so when we do this, let's talk about the difference between a vision and mission. Some people, they have one of them, right? Some people either have the vision or the mission, right? Some businesses have both, right? When you look at a business, some of them have both. No one can really explain which one comes first, by the way. So I don't want you to get stuck in this idea where I got to do my vision in order to know my mission, or I got to do my mission to know my vision. No one can really truly explain which ones come first, right? The point is to have them and understand them. And I'm going to tell you one more thing, and we'll get more into it. This has to be your just cause, right? Your vision and mission, you could actually, we're going to divide them and we're going to talk about them separately, but you could take these two things, merge them together, and call them your cause, your just cause. What would you sacrifice, and what would your people sacrifice for the cause? Right? The cause, whatever it is. You know, I'm a big fan of Elon Musk, right? I love his work ethic and I love his approach to business, right? And so when I think about Elon Musk and I think about all the people that are at Tesla building for one cause, or all the people that are at SpaceX building for one cause, they're all on the same page. And that's what your vision and mission does, is gets your community, your people on the same page as you, standing in your same foundation, right? Until they go want to build their own foundation, because we know our goal is to build people. And eventually, if you build people enough, they're going to go do their own thing. And that's okay too, right? So let's talk about the mission. A mission statement defines a company's business, its objectives, and its approach to reach those objectives. Now, this is a right now kind of thing, right? When you talk about your mission, those of us that are military, we know We got a mission to go on. It is the right now. It is what we're about to go do. And then we have a plan for it. And then we're going to attack it. And then we're going to accomplish it. And then we're going to finish it. And then we're going to come back and await our next orders. Right. And so this is your mission. This is your right now. What do you actually do? What is your major focus right now? Right. So this could be a lot of different things, and I'm going to share some stuff with you, but it could be a lot of different things. And you could have a couple different statements, which I'm also going to prove to you, depending on how your business is built. Right. How do you do it? Right. How do you intend to grow? Right. And who will help you, and how will it benefit them? Right. See, check this out. Who will help you grow, and how will it benefit them? Right. So if I have a real estate sales team, is it all about me on my growth, or am I developing something in a foundation and a piece of something that will allow them to be the point or the person or the benefactor of what we're putting together? Right. And then why do you do it? It's such a big piece of information, right? We've talked about our why before, but that doesn't necessarily have to correlate with your current mission statement. It's why you're doing exactly what you're doing for right now to develop and accomplish what you're going to accomplish right this second. Let me give you an example, right? And this is personal to me. This is my team's mission statement, right? This is my team's current mission statement. Our mission is to impact, guide, and consult our clients into building wealth through home ownership and investment. That's our current mission statement. Right now, every day, every person on my team wakes up in the morning, and their job is to impact, guide, and consult our clients into building wealth through home ownership and investment. Right? But now, remember I said you can have a couple different mission statements depending on how your business is built, right? Now look at this. This is just for my leadership team. This is for my generals, to help our agents grow through education and sales, to instill confidence and ability, to help them create personal freedom. Do I want the people on my team to be on my team forever? Probably not. I want them to do so well that they find their personal freedom. Okay, so this is for the previous one was for the team, right? Team mission statement. And this one's for our leadership group. Now let's talk about the vision. See, the vision is more of a long-term thing. It describes the future position of your company. And so when we worked on the 531, we talked about where we were 5 years from now, right? So when you're creating your vision statement, I really want you guys to focus on that 5 years, right? When you wrote that 531 statement, you have where I'm going to be in 5 years, where I'm going to be in 3 years, where I'm going to be in 1 year. And then I want you to really dig in on that 5 year and create your vision statement from there. The vision is long-term, okay? Go 5 years out with this. This is like, and by the way, the mission is this is where we're going. This is what we're doing. This is how we're going to accomplish it. Let's go at it. Vision, focus, 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 right? The vision is more the motivator, right? It's more the long-term motivator where I see my company 5 years from now. Now, here are some things that I'm going to tell you about your vision, right? It must be resilient. What do I mean by that? It needs to be able to withstand changes in market, political climates, changes in price point, and all the changes that happen in the world. Your vision statement needs to be something that is resilient and can withstand all of that. It must be inclusive. If you make a selfish vision statement, right? Like if you're the greatest, if you're a technology company and you say, we're going to write the best code and in 5 years, well, you've just excluded your entire accounting department, right? Because they don't write code, right? And so the vision has to be inclusive for the entire organization. If you have staff members, if you have assistants, right, that are not licensed real estate professionals, if you have lenders in your group, if you have title people that are connected to you, does your vision include them? And is it inclusive enough for them to feel that every time they do business with you, they're building that vision with you and not for you. And then it must be service oriented. This is probably the most important one, right? I don't care what you do. If you're in sales, it's about service, right? It's about the client. It's about taking care of the community. It's about what you do for other people. So where are we going? What are we going to achieve? And what do we envision, right? Now, I'll tap on this. This is my personal vision statement. You guys ready for this? I'm sharing my personal vision statement with you. To develop an organization of freedom leaders, leaders who have personally found their freedom through personal business development and collaboration, leaders committed to creating a trickle effect. I call it trickle coaching, right? Giving their experience to those who crave it, reaching 1 million real estate agents with tangible, actionable, and useful information consistently. This is my personal vision statement. My personal vision statement is that what I do in the process of me finding my freedom, what I do helps develop other freedom leaders, is what I personally call them, right? People who are building a business for their freedom, but not afraid to ever give themselves to others. People who crave it and look up to them, not afraid to give to them, and create what I call the trickle effect. If I do for you, I pray and hope that you do for others. Does that make sense to you guys? Right? Like thumbs up if it does, right? So
yeah, like a pay it forward type of thing.
Pay it forward kind of thing. Exactly. Right. So now giving their experience to those who crave it. And then this is where I tap into the numbers, right? Because your vision needs to say, I'm going to be number one, or I'm going to be the best, or I'm going to accomplish this, or I'm going to sell, I'm going to hit 1 million homes sold, or whatever it needs to be, right? I'm going to be $1 billion sold in real estate, whatever it needs to be. But for me, it's reaching 1 million real estate agents with tangible, actionable, and useful information consistently. That's my goal. That's my goal. If I can impact 1 million real estate agents in this country, in this world, imagine the impact it could have on 1 million more, right? When I'm gone to the world, Now, the elements of the vision and mission statements are often combined to provide a statement of company's purpose, goals, and values, right? So remember earlier today, I was talking about having that just cause, right? A lot of times you could take your vision statement and your mission statement, you can combine them and create what's called your just cause, right? It is the cause that everybody in your company is fighting for, right? And then we take that and we move it to values, okay? Now, the values of a company you could create them however you want. I brought up some examples here so you could see them, right? I have 2 examples for you. This is a company's values right here: accountability, growth, integrity, laughter, and empathy, right? This is what they believe they are built on. This is what this company is built on, right? So now you've got your mission statement, what I'm going to do right now, your vision statement, where we all want to be, where we as a company, where we all want to be 5 years from now, what we envision together. And then finally, what values we have, moral values, personal values, whatever they are, right? What values we hold accountable to ourselves to bring forth to people. Accountability, growth, integrity, laughter, and empathy is one of these. And then they explain it in each one. So take some time this week when you're building your vision and mission statement, think about the values, the core values that you want your people in your team, in your business, in your organization to hold near and dear to their hearts. It's important to, first of all, it's important to have them. Second of all, it's even more important to tell them about it so that they're on the same page, right? The next one I'm gonna show you is, selfishly, Marine Corps values, right? Every single Marine in the world and everyone who knows Marines knows the Marine Corps values. That's how often they're repeated and repeated and repeated. Honor, courage, commitment. There are men and women on this planet right now walking around with honor, courage, and commitment tattooed on their bodies, right? Like, this is real deal. These are their core values, right? So build your values out, Now, I brought this quote. I heard this a long time ago and I paraphrased it the best way I could, but it says, the unexamined life is not a life worth living, but the over-examined life can leave you not living. So the reason that I brought this quote on is because as you're building out your mission and your vision and your values, I don't want you to over-examine so much that you spend the next 3 months not doing any real work and not relaying the message, right? I want you to work on this, and I want it to come personal from you. And I want you to think about the people that you either A, already have on your team, or B, intend to one day have on your team, right? Because if you're in here, you're trying to become better at your business, and potentially you're trying to build something for yourself, an organization, a team, a business, a brokerage, whatever it may be, right? And I want you to focus on building and developing your vision, mission, and values. And then I want you to share them with your people. That's my biggest challenge for you guys, is to share it with your people, because if you know them, that's great. But if you're not sharing it with your team, then that sucks, because they're not on the same page as you and you're not building culture, right? All right, so let's try something. We're going to try something different. I'm going to unmute everybody. So if you got like, oh shit. Mike, do you know how to unmute everybody, or can everybody unmute themselves? Because I'm sharing this and I don't know how to do the unmute everybody.
We're good.
You got it? All right, so we're gonna mute everybody and we're gonna try something very simple. And this is something we're gonna try together, okay? And what we're doing is we're developing what we consider to be someone examining the purpose, right? Who you are, what you do, why you do it, right? 5 pieces to examining your purpose, right? Who you are, what who you do it for, what those people want and need, and how they change as a result of what you do, okay? Who you are, what you do, who you do it for, what these people want and need, and how they change as a result of what you do, right? And so this is what we're gonna do. First thing I want you to do, at the count of 3, I want everybody to state your name. So 1, 2, 3.
All
right. Now, you know who you are. This is who you are, right? This is what we talked about before. So now we all know who you are, right? Now, in the count of 3, I want you to say what you do. 1, 2, 3.
Real estate.
Help people.
Real estate.
Help people.
I live.
Awesome. See, and now I heard a lot of different things. I heard real estate, help people. I heard a lot of stuff, right? So what you do is what you do. What you do. I coach. I love coaching. I do real estate. I sell real estate. Like, you know, my name is David and I am a real estate coach, right? Now, who do you do it for? Count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
My family.
Family.
Family, friends, clients.
All right. Now I'm going to re-challenge you because I heard some things that I didn't want to hear, right? So if you said, my name is John Doe and I sell real estate, but who do you do it for? Not your family. Who's your customer? Is it first-time home buyers, luxury sellers, veterans, something like that? I want to know what you do. Sell real estate. Who do you do it for? Okay, great. So now let's go. Who you do it for? Count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
First-time buyers.
Let's go. All right. So now the next thing we're going to do is, what do they really want from you? What do they really want or need from you? Okay. So this is what we're going to do, right? So now, my name's John Doe. I sell real estate, right? I sell real estate to first-time home buyers, right? So first-time home buyers is who I do it for. What do they want or need? For example, they need a home, or they need credit consulting, or they need homeowners loans, or they need knowledge, or whatever it is. So at the count of 3, what do they want or need? 1, 2, 3.
Help.
Professional knowledge,
Consulting.
experience, and education.
Guidance.
Love it. Okay. Now, here's the most important piece to this, right? How do they change or transform because you provided them what they needed? Like, let's say you're John Doe, you sell real estate to first-time home buyers and they need guidance, first-time home buyers guidance, right? How does it, when they accomplish what you're able to provide, how do they change or transform? Give me something. What count of 3, how do they change or transform? 1, 2.
Change their lives.
Satisfied.
They relax
They
and become competent.
They trust.
All right. I love this because we just built a massive purpose, right? This right here, this statement that you're going to say across the board, and you should really take a screenshot of this, right? This statement that you're coming across the board, this statement right here will help you with your vision, mission, and values, guys, because you just said it out loud. My name is John Doe. My name is John Doe, and I sell real estate to first-time home buyers who need guidance. And once they have what they need, they become homeowners, and they love their home ownership, and they're enthralled with what happens, right? Now, here's the crazy part. 3 out of 5 of those are outward. So all this time that we've been working together, we've been inward, right? 3 out of 5 of those are outward, right? Let's go back to it. State your name. That's you. What you do, that's you. Now, who you do it for, what they want or need, and how they change or transform, that's all outward. Now we're starting to think, I've got a foundation and I'm building something. Now, what am I going to do with this? Where am I going with this? Who do I give my gift to? Okay. So now that we've done this exercise, right, it comes from a service mentality. You're building a business that focuses on the consumer, right? Because nobody said, I work with first-time home buyers so that I could feed my bank account, right? Hey, Mike, can you mute everybody for me? Nobody said, I hope not. Nobody said, right?
David, you're muted as well.
All right, not me, Mike. All right, so so what I was saying was, like, you can't come into this with a selfish mentality. You have to come to this with a service mentality. So I'm hoping that, and I'll say it again in case you didn't hear me, I'm hoping that no one said, my name is John Doe. I sell real estate to first-time home buyers because I want to be rich, right? Because it ends there, right? But if you said, I sell to first-time home buyers by providing them massive guidance, and in doing so, they become homeowners, right? Now, boom, 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 boom. I have a purpose in my business. That purpose turns into my mission, my vision, and my whole business structure, right? Now, you're building a business that focuses on consumers, and now you got to teach your staff and your partners that same culture. First of all, many of you are real estate agents in here, many of you, right? We have some LOs in here, we have some lenders and stuff, but many of you are real estate agents, and you're looking at lenders and title company, and you're looking at home inspectors and lien companies, or whoever it is that's in your circle that's a partner. Once you've created this, your vision, mission, and values, once you put this together and you have your personal statement, right? Now you need to look at your people, your staff, your business partners, your agents, if you have a team, the partners that you bring in from the outside, they have to share that same similar system so that they can develop a culture with you. That's how your culture stays strong. If you invite someone from the outside, let's say a lender, I don't care how good that lender is. I don't care if that person has never, ever lost a deal. Like, has been in business for 40 years and has closed every single deal, 10 deals a day for the entire 40 years. If that person doesn't share the same values and mission and vision as you, it will clash like oil and water. Okay? And that will mess with the culture of your company. Okay? That will mess with the culture of your company. So now this gives you an opportunity. Now you have added stuff. Okay, I got to create my mission. I got to create my vision. I need to think about what my values are. And honestly, they come so easy. They come just as easy as your personal statements. You already did your personal statements. You're not worried about it. Maybe you just got to write it down, right? And now from the personal statement, right, you move into looking exterior and you go, now I need to present this to my people so that we can build a culture together and we can take this walk together, because I want to walk with each and every one of you. And I don't want to just focus on the destination. I want to focus on the walk. I want to focus on the walk. There's a saying that says, he who loves to walk will always surpass the person who loves the destination. So you take all of this and you put it together, right? So now, moving on. that last part, right? When you talked about, so you did all the 5 questions, right? And then that last part, you can turn that into your 5-second elevator pitch. Anybody ever heard of an elevator pitch, right? Thumbs up if you heard of the elevator pitch, right? This is when somebody on the street goes, so what do you do? And looks at you, and you're like, I sell real estate, right? No, man, everybody sells real estate. Shit, I got like 17 family members with a real estate license, right? Like, you got to look at them with that last statement. So if I reached all the way to the bottom and I sell homes to first-time home buyers, and I do it through education and guidance, and they become homeowners with me, that's my 5-second pitch, right? So when somebody comes to you and they say, hey, what do? You say, I work with first-time home buyers by guiding them into purchasing their first homes. I make them homeowners. What? That was 2-second pitch right there. But this is your 5-second pitch. So I'll be able to extract and transact from the things that you're creating today to be able to use in different places, right? And then have that in your head and repeat that to yourself on a daily basis. Like, go out there and repeat this to yourself on a daily basis, because if you repeat it to yourself on a daily basis, you're going to, hold on a second, right? You're going to be in amazing shape, okay? Can you guys see the full presentation, or you see the presenter's version? That's funny. I just got a message.
I think it's the presenter's version.
Is it?
I think
Yes,
so,
presenter's
because
version,
we have a
yeah.
small slide and then we have the slide bar with all the other slides in it.
All right, let's see how we do this. Let's see. Hold on. Thank you, Jay. How about now?
Yeah.
All right, rocking and rolling. No wonder I couldn't change slides easily. All right. So this is your 5-second pitch. Super simple, right? But this is how you get to tell people how you transform the world. And I write that in there because, we as a people need to stop thinking so small. We as a people need to believe that every time we help one person, we're shifting the world in a more positive fashion. You help one person, you've heard it a million times, right? You help somebody and then they feel so enthralled by the help that you gave them that they help another person. That person helps 2 people, and we're spreading greatness throughout the world. And you shifted the world with no knowledge of it, which is okay, right? But this is us doing good for other people through our business and hoping and praying that they do the same for others, right? Or they bring people to you. For those of you that are in the real estate profession or the sales profession, right? If you're in sales, you want to do so well for people that they can't stop talking about you to their friends and family, and their friends and family keep coming back to you, right? All right. Now, next, for the next few weeks, these are things that we're really going to be digging into. And actually, this is week 5. So I think we got like 8 weeks left, which would be phenomenal, people. I'm sorry I curse sometimes, but this is going to be freaking phenomenal, right? The next 8 weeks, social media and systems, business systems, obtaining leads, maintaining them, closing them, and maintaining relationships, tasks, and adding more contracts. So we're going to have some said tasks, right? And we're going to start adding some more contracts, creating the right time and schedule to suit your business. We're going to work on timing and scheduling, creating the plan, mind maps, and business plan. We're going to work on that towards the end, right? Because we'll have all the information we need to put a business plan into effect. Designating your market and beginning to attack it with force, domination or creation. You either create a market or you dominate one, right? And then building the stairs to success through successful people, how to collaborate with other strong, successful people in this industry, right? So you've got work to do. Create your mission statement, create your vision statement, create a list of your core values, add them to your SOP booklet. What does that mean? Very first session, we talked about that. I said, what do you need? Loose leaf paper, 3-ring binder, pen and pencil, right? And so what we're doing is every week, every time you accomplish, and I hate to, that's why I didn't even use the word homework. This is your work. This is what you do for a living, right? This is your work. Every time you create that week's work, you're going to put it inside this book, because that's what we're creating, right? The SOP. So you're going to put it inside that book. Now, for now, the reason I didn't say get a tablet and open up an app and write it in there was because I really need you guys to put pen to paper. I need this to become euphoric It needs to go from the pen to your hand, from the hand to your bones, from the bones to your brain. I need it to be resilient with you, to resonate with you. I need everything you're doing for this 13 weeks to really be a part of who you are and what you're doing in your business. Okay. So add this work and all previous works to your SOP booklet, like chapters, right? I mean, look, I went to school a long time ago, but I'm sure they still got loose leaf paper and dividers, right? I'm pretty sure they still exist. So, right, that's, you know, we didn't have laptops and stuff like that back then. I might be dating myself, but that's all right, right? Now, follow me on social media, guys. At David Adam Kurz has been on the bottom of every slide. Follow me on social media because I announce a lot of other things that we're doing, a lot of other coachings that we're doing. Invite more people to our SOP training. It's okay. Invite them, train them, bring them in. You know, let's fill the room. Force me to upgrade this weekly training to 500 plus, right? Most important with these assignments, be 100% honest with yourself. You know, Roger said something very interesting. He said when he was doing the SWOT analysis, he had to take it took some internal analysis of himself, right? And so if you could be 100% honest with yourself, then you're going to win. If you can't be honest with yourself, then you're lying to yourself and building out the rest of your plan, right? You're lying to yourself. Okay. And then I always say this to people, create value in your community. So whatever it is that you come up with today with your vision, mission, and values, whatever you create today, share it with your community, share it with your people, let them know what you're doing, post it on social media, right? Create a nice little tile, go to Canva, create yourself a free account on Canva, right? Canva, canva.com, create yourself a free account, make yourself a little square, right? For Instagram or social media, and put your core values on there. Then create another square and put your mission statement, then create another square, put your vision statement out there and share it. Don't be afraid to share it with the world. Let them know what you do and why you're doing it and who you're doing it for, right? Okay, and then finally, let's start counting contracts. So what do I mean by this? Right now, we have a foundation, okay? Now, some of you are in real estate, some of you are mortgage, and some of you are not even in the industry. Whatever sales contracts means to you, if you sell lollipops, I wanna know from this point forward, how many lollipops you're able to transact. Okay. If you sell real estate, I want to know how many contracts you go under and how this business, how the future trainings, the future 8 weeks are going to shift your business into adding more contracts to your plate. Okay. So we need to start counting contracts. And what we're going to do is at the end of the 8 weeks, I'm going to write down how many contracts we did together as a group. Okay. And tell you guys as a group, how well you guys did in this industry. All right. So definitely counting the contracts moving forward is going to be extremely important. If you are not selling real estate and you're a recruiter, I want you to count how many people you successfully recruit to your business. If you are on mortgages, I want to know how many pre-approvals you're writing. See, for mortgages, when I gauge what you do, I gauge it off of pre-approvals written, because as a LO, you have very little impact on when they go under contract, okay? So I wanna know how many people you spoke to and how many people you cultivated and how many people you actually got to trusting you enough to send you their financial information, all right? And create a pre-approval for them, okay? So these are the numbers that we wanna start tracking for you and your business. Again, loose leaf paper. All you got to do is go at the end of the week, right before the class, write down how many contracts you want to put them down, and that's it. And let's focus on it. And I want to be able to put a number to this, guys. So let's say you go, I did, 3 contracts this week, right? Or 2 contracts, or 1 contract, or 10 contracts, whatever it is. Put a value next to it. Like I went under contract for $2.8 million this week, or if I went under contract for $120,000 this week, I don't know. Everybody lives in different places, right? So whatever it is, write that value down, because I want you as an individual to also see the value that you're creating, not only for your community, but for yourself and your team. I want you to see that. Okay. All right. I'm going to open up the floor real quick. Any questions for me? It's 11:44. We're rocking these things in 45 minutes, guys. I've always told you guys I'll be super respectful for your time. I think it's been pretty awesome. We've been able to knock these out in 45 minutes. So questions, comments, moans, gross, or complaints? Anybody? Floor is open. It's all yours.
You said something about vision. It was vision, mission, just cause, and then values.
Values, correct.
And then that's where it trickled down, the last one, or
Correct.
and then business plan, right?
Right. And we're going to get this out. I'm going to get this recording out to you so you'll be able to skip through it and go back and forth and stuff. So that way you can
Sure,
try.
sure. Thank you.
Absolutely.
David, we're going to go over, online stuff next week.
Yeah. So we're going to focus next week on social media platforms and developing through social media platforms. When you say online stuff, what do you mean focusing?
That's it. That's
Okay, cool. So we're going to go through different social media platforms. We're going to go through all the different things that happen in the different social media platforms. We're going to go through how to use them to the best advantage. We're going to talk about Facebook. We're going to talk about Facebook groups and how to use Facebook groups to build community. So everything basically we talked about today. And then we're going to talk about Instagram. We're going to talk about YouTube. And we're going to talk about some key features like Reels and YouTube Shorts, some tips and tricks on creating them, and becoming extra active on social media to basically build attention to you, right?
Yeah, because it's really it's such a new thing and no one's really an expert. So if I can learn from you and everyone else, that would be great. Because just putting myself out there, I've gotten a lot of deals. But the anxiety hasn't gone away.
It takes time. People look and they go, I push people all the time to create video, right? And so when we start talking about how to engage with clients, I'm very big on sending video through text, And so a lot of people come to and they talk about, no, but Dave, man, you got no problem being in front of the camera. Like you're really good in front of, you're fine. And I go, dude, go to my YouTube, sort it by date, and check out my first couple videos, all right, where I was standing stiff like a board, like if somebody starts to me and I was like, hello, my name is David and I sell real estate. Like, it just took so much repetition. Even like my Reels, I just started doing Reels not long ago and I've learned a lot about it. And my wife and I put out the stupidest, silliest Reel and we've got 270,000 views on that Reel, right? And I keep going back to it to see what was it? Was it a hashtag or something that I used? I can't figure out what made it. I get an average of between 2 and like 5,000 views. This one has 270,000 views. I have no idea, right? I played a joke on my wife and everybody's cracking up. That's just it. But it's bringing attention. And what happens? People thought it was funny. They hit the follow button. Now they're following everything else that I'm doing. And so, we'll get more into the social media next week, but I'm a big believer in a couple things. First, you should not have a separate business account from your personal account. I think you need to merge the two because especially as real estate professionals, people want to work with you because they know, like, and trust you. So some people don't really care how many houses you sold. Some people do, some people don't, but all people care about who you are and can you get the job done and can they vibe with you? Can they connect with you? And so, if you're a big soccer person or you're a big car person or you're a big motorcycle person or I don't know, you're a big skier or snowboarder or whatever it is, and you're constantly posting about that, but also throwing in some seasoning, which is like just sold, just listed, right? Then you're not boring people with the just sold, just listed all the time. And you're also telling them who you are as a person, as a family man, as whatever it is, whoever you are, right? And then people that are like you will become attracted to you and want to work with you. And so I think that that's the biggest piece. That's one piece. The other piece we'll talk about is more than being interesting, you have to be interested. And I think a lot of people, that's where they mess up in social media. They put out so much content, but then they don't answer anybody back. They don't like other people's pictures. They just think that if I put out a ton of information, people are just gonna love me and I'm gonna become the next showman of social media. And the truth is that if you can't take the time to go to somebody else's profile and say, hey, that's awesome, or, send them a quick emoji or like their picture or take a moment to do that kind of stuff. Or when they comment on your photos and you don't take a moment to write them back, or they send you a personal direct message and you don't take a moment to write them back, people feel that effect, right? And so it's definitely, it's important to be interesting. It's even more important to be interested in others. So we'll get more into that next week.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Awesome. Anybody else got something they want to drop or talk about real quick before we head out?
Oh, is it the couple pages ago, it was the trickle effect?
I call it trickle coaching, the trickle effect.
Okay, can you go back to that and take a look at it? Because I think it says tickle.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, but either way, I'm totally
It
cool.
does
And
say
it's
tickle.
exciting either way. It's exciting either way, David.
It's exciting either way.
Love it.
It
That's
tickles
awesome.
them into
That's
buying.
awesome.
See?
Does it say tickle? It says, I want my leaders and business development collaboration to tickle everyone. Yes, it sure does. It says tickle. All right, let me put an R there. Trickle.
I mean, regardless, you're creating lifelong relationships, right?
That's it.
Especially if you
First of
tickle
all,
them.
you can't beat that. If I tickle
Especially in
you,
jail.
go around tickling everybody. Don't get arrested, folks. Don't get arrested. All right, I'm very, very